Welcome to ArtNet Artist Talks. I'm sitting here today with Roxanne Lowit, who is having a mini retrospective at the Steven Kasher Gallery December 12th through January 8th. We're super excited to speak with her here on her eve of her opening, and thank you for joining us. Roxanne,
yes.
This exhibit has gotten so much press, and it's been so exciting to hear all of these stories behind the photographs because they're so storied and wonderful. I'm wondering if you could elaborate on something I've read recently. You said that you and Ouija are kindred spirits. I am dying to know how you look through the canton of photography and you choose Ouija, that this photographer who's known for doing these police shots of dead bodies on the sidewalks. When your photographs are like of the most glamorous of A-listers and models. I would like to know how you see.
A friend said he was going to see the Ouija show at ICP. I said, oh, I'll go with you. So I went with him, and the first picture I see is the Ouija Bowery, where the woman has the money stuck in her stockings, and the stockings are all ripped and tattered and all that. I said, I have a picture like that. I have a picture of stockings walking out of the door, and the runs of the stockings are going around the leg instead of up and down. And I had never seen stockings run like that. So I did a picture of it, Brenda Bergman, feet. And she was in a leopard skin dress, but you're just seeing the feet part. So it was so similar in feeling and in energy. And then, not the dead bodies, because I'm not into dead bodies, or moving dead bodies so they make a better picture, like Ouija did, but into some of the portraits and into the people of the night, because he loved going out at night and taking pictures at night. And he'd have the drag queens in the paddy wagons because they weren't allowed to be drag queens at that time, and so they'd be arrested. And so I have my men in makeup and my drag queens that I do pictures of. So I really felt that there was a kindred spirit there, and he would go out all the time, and I would go out all the time, and he was quite obsessed with it, and I was quite obsessed with it. So I thought, oh, we're kindred spirit.
So, looking back at your career, like when I was doing some reading on your work, you definitely said that there's certain people in front of the camera who pose.
Yes.
Like you talked about
Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali poses. Yes.
You like that, yeah.
And then you have those people like, you have about 4 shots, I think, probably more, of Kate Moss. It never seems like she's posing.
No, she's incredibly natural in front of the camera, and the camera loves Kate Moss.
Right.
It really does. She's just so at ease that I don't think there's anybody as at ease as Kate. She's just sort of like hanging around and being gorgeous at the same time.
There's so much of celebrity photography, quote-unquote celebrity photography, that feels like very constructed. Like the photographer is very interested in kind of creating a certain persona for that celebrity. Your photography just kind of feels like that it is just everybody gets the same kind of, you capture happy moments.
Well,
you're capturing
I
just
think
kind
there's
of
enough misery in this world that I should add a little bit of joy and fun and tongue-in-cheek and glamour and capture the essence of the person, capture their soul and record it for forever.
Right, right. And that brings me to Karl Lagerfeld called you fashion's historian. That's right. And you've caught fashion and the fashion world in between this vortex of vanity and fame. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? The juxtaposition of vanity and fame.
When I photographed Mapplethorpe and I was in his studio, I asked him to come do a portrait. And he wasn't feeling well. He was sick. And so I was on 23rd Street, like we are now, in Mapplethorpe's studio. And on 22nd Street, the lab was there. And I kept calling them and saying, send black and white film, send the film. because I had been at a film, but I didn't pay to wait for the film at my place downtown.
Right.
When I was just around the corner. So I call Send Film, and Robert's entertaining us, and no film comes, Send Film, no film comes. They're sending it to my studio, and I told them to send it to Mapplethorpe's studio. So finally, this film comes, but he's too tired to do a picture, and I knew in my heart that I wouldn't see him again. I just knew it. So I said to my assistant at the time, Landy, who was very funny, Landy, take off your clothes and stand behind Robert. And he did.
Well, Roxanne Lowit, thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time to discuss your work. It was truly an honor. And definitely come down to Steven Kasher Gallery and see the mini-retrospective here in New York. All my best.